Hello everyone, this is Allison Gross, and welcome back to Let's Play Ultima 9. We just cleansed the shrine and finally got Lord British to talk to us, and... You're not running. So what I'm gonna do now, before we head out of here, is that I believe when you cleanse the shrine, a new, each time you cleanse a shrine, a new circle of magic opens. I'm not sure how you know that. I think somebody's supposed to tell you or something, but we're gonna see if we can actually bind stuff now. Maybe that dude that was getting attacked by the rat is supposed to tell us, but since he is gone now...
Hello there. What? Oh, it's you. Hello, Avatar. I hear that you've been busy. So, you've repaired the shrine and released the next level of magic.
This is the person who tells you that.
You may turn out to be a great mage someday. Yes, perhaps. That's good. You continue to learn.
Right.
Your quest has only begun. It will get much more difficult. You're going to need your wits about you. Oh, goodness. Where did I leave that mandrake?
Talking about people who need to have their wits about them. Anyway, so the dude who was getting attacked by the rat told us how to bind spells. And it's another ritual like the Sanctify ritual we used last time. This is the Ritual of Binding. Ritual of Binding. The most important addition to a young apprentice's spellbook is the Ritual of Binding. When a mage learns a spell and wishes to add it to his repertoire, he must bind the spell into his book with this ritual. It is possible to cast a spell without binding it to one's book, yet to do so banishes the magic to the void and destroys the work of a peer. Alas, with the closure of the 8 circles of magic, the Ritual of Binding serves no mundane purpose. Yet, for the rebirth of virtuous magic, you must learn this ritual. So yeah, it says it serves no purpose, except that now it will serve a purpose. Because we can now bind spells of the first circle. First circle. Herein begins the hidden spells that cannot be cast through the cloud of ether. One of Future's byways must unveil them to us tomorrow or perhaps never again. While the mages who have cast these spells dwindle, theirs is a magic so venerable that you can depend upon the methods contained herein, except that they don't work. The 8 circles of magic draw upon 5 elements, earth, air, fire, and water, provide the material with which the 5th element, ether, binds through invocation and mental exercise into magical form. The dictates of the spells command that fold of ether to draw forth and to guide particular properties of the elements which create what is dubbed magic in this earthly plane. So the way the spells work in this game, because they have the whole elements thing which didn't used to exist, is that there are 4 spells per circle. There used to be various numbers. 1 spell for each element. The spells for the first circle are Create Reagents, Lightning Bolt, which doesn't sound very first circle, Light, and Light Heal. So what we gotta do is we gotta take the scroll for the spell. And this is a scroll for the light spell, which is one of the spells of the first circle. It is the fire spell for the first circle. And its magical phrase is in lore, which means create light. Can you just... Oh my god. Move the frickin' scroll, okay? Dude, you are being annoying. I like how that scroll is like halfway through the floor now. Put scroll... Oh my god. Put scroll on. Binding pentagram. Thank you. It is now there.
And it says, should Grimoire ever find the means to cast light, many a sleepy night of mine would henceforth be disturbed. The light spell summons an orb of light that follows a mage's movements. Its range is limited, yet it can be of great use in darkened catacombs. Some toothy nuisances, what a weird way of saying it, prefer the dark and may choose to avoid the caster until the spell is dispelled or mana has run dry. So the other thing we have to do, we have to put the scroll and the necessary reagents for the spell on the binding pentagram. So here's what our book says about reagents.
Reagents. To create a potion or to bind a spell to your book requires the presence of morsels, both rare and common, though I really don't recommend eating most of these items, through which energy can be channeled and manipulated. Most spells require particular reagents whose properties bind the unique magic of the spell into the spellbook. Once bound, the magic of each spell is retained in the book while the mage imbues it with his life force. When a mage dies, so too fades the magic in his book. This is really like pathetically easy compared to in previous games. You had to have the reagents every single time you cast a spell. The fact that we only need them once to bind spells makes it much easier. During travel throughout Britannia, disciplined mage must always search for reagents. Among common magic shops, you can find the base reagents. Rarer types are hoarded and require patience to find. A forgotten shop or forlorn peak may reveal a secret supply, because we should totally go into somebody's shop and rob them. Some mages scoff at the ritual of binding. What good, they say, comes from knowledge of a ritual without use? Why learn to bind magic when it cannot be thence harvested? In this world of clouded ether and deep confusion, these naysayers gather others to their opinion. Yet I have seen one future, and to ward us from this troubles, and each mage must attempt to build a spellbook. Okay, so in earlier sections on magic, it said that you could not bind a spell to the spellbook until that circle was open to you. So it's not like you're going to be binding spells to the spellbook and not using them. You can't bind it until you can cast it. Though you cannot cast the spells of virtue from your book into the world, you must prepare for the day when such is possible and the darkened world cries for it. As I just said, we said earlier that wasn't possible. Use of reagents in potion making is described elsewhere.
Alright, so the light spell only has one reagent, which is sulfurous ash.
Sulfurous ash for spells of amplification. I have to say, this really doesn't look like ash. It looks like some crystal structure. Sulfurous ash holds the energy of friction from the volcanic eruption that begot it. For magical users, just so you know, volcanic rock doesn't have a crystalline structure because it was melted. Yes. Or maybe it has very tiny crystalline structure, but it doesn't have like these giant quartz points coming out of it. For magical use, ash is mixed with other reagents to amplify the energy effects of the spell. So, like Mandrake Root, why don't you use it in freaking every spell then? So powerful is this reagent that experienced mages can hold a spellbook and know by its touch its ashen contents. Now they're making it seem like this is like the most powerful reagent when it's always been Mandrake Root.
Alright, so we happen to have picked up some sulfurous ash before. Wow, look at it all. So we just need to get some sulfurous ash and put it on the binding pentagram as well, which it appears that it did not do because it sucks like that. Okay, put there. And fortunately, we have the ignite spell in our inventory, so we can light these candles easily. Oh, enter the incantation. In... No. Should type out the whole thing, not just the syllables. In lore. And then things float around. He just floated up into the air again. Alright, so if we open our spellbook now, So I did the first circle. See, we have it here, and now we can cast it whenever we want. So we've got 2 other first circle spells we could cast. Oh, stop that. I wanted to close the book. Or not cast, but we can bind. We don't have Create Reagents yet, which is the Earth spell. But we do, I believe, have Lightning Bolt and Light Heal. Yes, that's Lightning Bolt. What is this? Fireball. Okay, so Lightning Bolt we can put... There we go. And this elegant conjurer brings the elemental energy of air in friction to the hands of the spellcaster, who projects it forward as a bolt of lightning. Weaker creatures may receive fatal shock, while sturdier creatures may be shocked to find themselves rendered hairless. That's kind of amusing. Too bad that this advanced game doesn't have graphics for that. Be warned, for the mirthful sight of a bald goblin may give the advantage to him. The goblins are already bald. Anyway, this spell needs more sulfurous ash, black pearl, and mandrake root. So we have more sulfurous ash here, and we have that mandrake root. So we already know what sulfurous ash does. As for mandrake root...
Mandrake Root for spells of power. Well, I would hope that all of our spells would have power. Otherwise, what's the point in casting them? Mandrake Root was known to mages of yore as the root of life for its aptitude in binding spells of power. Once thriving on silted riverbeds, or in swamps as in Ultima 4, this root in the shape of a human form has since become quite scarce. It was always scarce. When found, keep it on your person, as the lowliest thief knows its value on the black market.
So we put this ash down. Now we have to find our mandrake root. There it is. Nope. Put it on the binding pentagram, you dumbass. Fine, close this. Actually, you know what? I don't need this thingy, so... Okay, whatever. Oh, it just closes on its own eventually. Okay, good. Okay, here's some black pearl. I'll just take that black pearl.
Black Pearl for spells of projection. Born of an oyster bathed in water magic, a black pearl channels energy of projection in manners both forceful and absurd. Absurd? Like the water from which it was born, Black Pearl can bind spells of thrown magic. How can water bind? In equal measure, it can make quite a mess. As a young apprentice, I sought to bind a fireball, and in poor performance, performing the ritual of binding, engulfed my spellbook in flames. A few mages have found steady sources of Black Pearl, yet are loath to reveal them. We used to be able to just buy it whenever we wanted to.
Get over here. Alright, and now put that black pearl down. And... Hello? Okay, the incantation is Ortgrav, which I believe means energy movement. Let's see, what does it actually mean? Oh, energy magic is what it means. Now we have our last spell, Light Heal. Rooted in the restorative power of nature, this gentle spell can replenish lost blood and tissue in its target. Though the abilities of its magic are limited, Light Heal may allow the caster to continue until a more suitable place of rest is found. It is a favorite spell of Arduine, who, save For the ether can cast it with consistency. The boy may have a bit of the druid in him. So this is a spell that I'm very anxious to bind, because then we'll always have a heal spell on hand, even if we run out of potions. So, what we need for this one, ginseng, garlic, and spider silk. Oh good, the stuff we haven't been using. And that is ginseng right there.
Ginseng, for spells of curing. In ancient eras, ginseng was crushed into a fine powder and added to the ale of warriors on the eve of battle. Many awoke dead in the following morning, and much good ginseng was wasted. Wait, were they poisoned by it? While you may choose to use ginseng as a primitive invigorator, such a preparation releases a sliver of its restorative powers. Its magical application: ginseng binds curative spells, and in the glimmer after the binding, surrounds your person in a pleasant scent. Yeah, that pleasant scent is going to do us a lot of good. Maybe if we smell nice, monsters won't attack us or something.
That's blood moss and a poison potion. We really do not want either of those. Okay, so where'd the other stuff go? There's some garlic.
Garlic, for spells of protection. For eons, common garlic has warded off creatures of undead enchantment, though some have developed resistances over time, as in everything you meet. You can't use garlic to ward off anything in these games. In magical application, garlic has powers of protection that invest themselves in the binding of these spells. Yet the usage of garlic can make one weep like a child. Against this power there is scant protection. Does garlic make people cry? I don't know, onions make me cry, but garlic doesn't. I mean, it makes my nose itch, but that's not the same thing.
And there should be spider silk in one of these things. Yep, there's some.
Spider silk, for spells of binding and holding. Well, in this game, aren't all of these used for binding? But anyway. Little in the natural world has the tensile strength of a spider's web. An ounce of this predator's trap, prepared by the mage, can bind spells of holding and binding. Use spider silk that has been prepared under proper standards. Though you may find natural samples in your travels, a magic shop knows your intent better than the spider that spun it. Right. Though in reality we can just pick it up and it works just fine.
Alright. So here's our ginseng. Stop yawning, Avatar. This is a very important binding ritual. Our garlic, and where'd the spider silk go? Oh no, there it is. And then the incantation is money, which means life. Okay, so we bound all of our spells that we can bind right now. And we divested ourselves of the Heart of Compassion, because, you know, who really needs that? And then we'll be off to the weapons shoppy on the way to the docks, so that we can get that stupid wench to take us somewhere. I should really, like, put some spells in my tool belt so I can start using them.
Hello, Avatar.
I don't really need to have that lantern there. Don't really need to have Ignite there at this point either.
Hello, Avatar. Good day, Avatar.
Yes, yes, yes. And I'll probably talk to some of you losers on my way, though not that Not Killigan. We will never talk to Killigan again. I should probably go into the tavern again to see if they have anything to say now that they are nice. Hey, lady. Oh, you're not nice.
You just...
Hi.
How inspiring. I'm telling you.
Why is the...
You're off the mayor. Save this.
Oh, that's fascinating.
Goodbye.
Are you Mrs. Killigan?
Oh, yes.
Goodbye. So this is the tavern. My goodness be praised for sending you to Britain, blah blah blah. Okay. Obviously there's some person in here that wasn't in here before. Oh no, maybe you were in here. Mumble mumble, appease me. Another glass of wine, appease mumble mumble. Okay, so there's a drunken priest in here. You're drunk too. Oh, you guys.
We all need kindness and understanding. Right,
Sure.
Avatar?
Things have been so much better since you came around, Avatar. Is there anything I can get for you?
Not right now. Farewell.
Come back
Well,
again.
that dude wasn't here before, or at least I didn't see him. Is this a dead end? No, this goes outside, which is... Well, there's the weapon shop, so that's good. La la la. Hi, lady. Yeah, you can put down your pregnancy exercise book.
Welcome, Avatar.
Yeah, I don't care about your goods.
I would like to sell some items.
So sell all of those and get rid of them.
Thank you.
No, there will not.
Nothing today, good lady.
Goodbye.
Okay, so who else is there around here to talk to? Here we are. Where's that guy that used to...
Avatar, our city is once again a place of compassion and love. If you
Yeah. I'm not talking to you, sir, because you're gonna demand that I give you money. Oh, God.
Greetings, Avatar. There has been a change in policy. I no longer have to cart off the poor and sick to paws. Now, I take medicine to the people
Can't they
there.
come back?
The sick are finally being cared for. Isn't that wonderful?
A fine idea.
'Twas a sad mission to transport people to their doom. Remorselessness is a defeat of the heart. Bring out your donations!
Hey.
Greetings, Avatar. The sick are...
It's good that you no longer cart people to paws.
'Twas a
Yeah.
sad mission. Bring out your...
Alright, well... I think we're kinda running short on time here. And... Oh, what the hell. We'll go into the museum really quickly and see if she has anything new to tell us now that, now that we have a rune. Hello.
Hello, Avatar. Since you restored the Shrine of Compassion, it's as though a veil has been lifted from the city. Compassion, true compassion has been restored. Is there anything I can do for you today?
Okay, so this is random.
Do you know anything about the Codex of Ultimate Wisdom?
Well, it's a magical
Yeah.
book. Legend has it that if consulted, the Codex will answer any
We know,
question
we got
that you
it.
ask it. Of course, some of that may just be legend.
Oh, God.
But still, it would make a wonderful addition to the
What an
museum.
idiot.
Do you know where it's located?
Again,
Look at him,
according
like,
to legend,
thrust his crotch
it's
at her.
located on the Isle of the Avatar. Unfortunately, no one knows where that island is located.
It's
But since you're the Avatar,
It's on the
you're
freaking
Avatar,
map.
You should be able to find it. Is there anything
And no,
else
it's
that I
not
can
on the
help you
Isle
with?
of the Avatar because we put it into the void in Ultima 6.
Have the people truly returned to
He
the
just
virtue
did that
of
again!
compassion?
Oh, yes. Even the mayor, who was so proud of our misguided ways, has returned to true compassion. It's wonderful to see. But alas, it's too late for my poor husband.
What happened to your husband?
My husband was very nearly blind, so he was sent away to pause before you cleansed the shrine. I heard not long ago that he stepped into the street in front of a hay cart and was killed. Oh,
That's
if only
really
we had never
tragic.
lost our true compassion.
You know, in cleansing the shrine, I also retrieved the rune of compassion.
Have you really? Oh, that's wonderful. May I please have it back? I would like to have it back on display if possible.
I'm sorry, but I still need its help for the remainder of my quest. Do you mind if
Retain
I
it?
retain it for a while longer?
If the runes can be of any help to you, then you should keep them.
I like this punching
I would like
gesture
to
that
have them
everybody
back
makes.
once your quest has been completed, though.
Yes, of course. Goodbye, Alina.
Farewell.
Alright, well that, I guess, was supposed to be useful, but it wasn't really useful. Alright, well, all that spellbinding took us a long time, so we're gonna cut the video off here. Till next time, bye!